This is a little video I was trying to do about making a squirmy wormy. Now, it's kind of a relatively new tie, but when I was a kid, um, my brother, who was a dentist, um, had me dig through his little rubber prizes he would give kids at his dental office and pull out all the little green worms. And this is what we used for bass fishing. So I was using squirmy worms 50 years ago. So 60 years ago. So here's a couple methods, or there's a method I tried while um, while up at my cabin. I went to the dollar store and they had these squirmy wormy things, and I had some pipe cleaners, and I thought, oh, this will be a little bit simpler method. I looked online and I saw all the methods used uh, beads and orthodontic rubber bands and just all this kind of crazy stuff. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to keep it simple. So just using a squirmy wormy and a pipe cleaner, I thought, well, I'll give it a try here and see what's going on. This is my first attempt at this. I think I can make it a little bit better. But I just put thread on the hook, uh, and then put the squirmy wormy on top. I didn't tie the squirmy wormy down. I then took pipe cleaners and bound the squirmy wormy down with the pipe cleaner, and then tied off the pipe cleaner with a little bit of thread. And now I'm doing a couple half hitches. I chose the green and the green together. So what the pipe cleaner does is it gives it a little bit of that center fluffiness, and then also it gives it some weight. So there's my squirmy wormy. These aren't meant to last forever, but we'll see how they fish in a few minutes. And that's my first attempt at a fly fishing squirmy wormy. See how that goes. I tried this in a number of colors, so we're going to see the next color. So I've got this is just a number 10 barbless hook. Tie on some thread. I don't even remember what kind of thread this was. This was just whatever was in there. It's black. I figured it's better to tie on the pipe cleaner at this point, just to give it some place so I can pull from it from that end. And then I have one of these little spidery things. Pull off a red one. And then it's just a simple wrap it around the hook. Now I imagine these are for bass because a little bluegill will just nip at the end of it. But as you're going to see in a few minutes, the bluegill like this as much as the bass do. So basically I just wrapped it around a few times. I bound down the pipe cleaner. I have a special pair of scissors I use for the pipe cleaners. Uh, and again, it gives it a little bit of weight. A couple half hitches on here. And there you go. I don't think it can be any simpler than that. So now there's a red squirmy wormy. Sorry for having it out of the picture there. I can't see what the camera's filming. So now let's try another color. So this time I thought, well, I'll go for black. I have a black pipe cleaner, so it's a variegated one. So we'll see how that goes again with a number 10. Put on a little thread. Bind that pipe cleaner down. I was having some weird issues with my bobbin at that point. I'm not sure what was going on. Get that ready to go. And now I see it's a black worm. And this is the black version of it. Again, like I said, it's pretty straightforward. And it keeps the amount of tools down. I think if I were to have maybe a little finer pipe cleaner, this might work better. But what the pipe cleaner does is it avoids the problem of the line cutting the worm. That's the big. That's why there's all these different techniques for doing squirmy worms. And so that's like 3 squirmy worms in 5 minutes or so. I have all these different colors. I think white might be a good color also, but the black, the red, and the green, and we'll give them a try. So we'll take them out to the lake right now. So here I am at the lake. First cast, boom. I hope you can see my squirmy wormy is doing the job. And as you can see, the squirmy wormy did the job. And there it is. And I caught lots of fish afterwards.